Hey everybody, we are live with the One Life Experience and TikTok's let us down again. It's just spinning. What is going on with TikTok? It's there.
Hey.
Hey everybody, how are we this evening? It is 7 o'clock in the UK and we are live on the One Life Show. Turn it down because it will feed back off the echo. So we are live, we are done the show at 3 o'clock and I am sitting on the sofa. Now let me slow down because if I get this wrong, this musician is going to end up coming to Torbay and punching me one on the nose. Okay, so the one, the only, Kelain James, everyone. I didn't get it right, didn't I? I got it right.
Yeah. You got it.
How you doing, Kelain? Are you all right?
Yeah, doing well. It's the radio stations that's the issue because I can't tell them. I can't explain how to pronounce my name. It's like Kelain James.
Do you know what?
Or Kelain James.
Do you know what? I'm going to lose your custom if I don't get it right. You know, being your PR manager. So if I don't get it right, then that's it. There's something going completely wrong. Anyway, welcome to the show, young man. We are here today to talk about your artist journey into music as a country singer in the UK. But we've got a few house rules to do first. So in terms of house rules, it is welcoming those who were not in the afternoon show. And if you weren't in the afternoon show, where were you? You missed an absolute cracker. Okay, Scott Blamberg is jumping in straight away with the comments. He says, my boy, live.
Hey, Scott, how's it going? So Scott's one of my friends in Florida.
Fantastic. Nice to see you over in Florida. And welcome to the show. So if you want to join in tonight's show, please do so. There's several ways to do so. We're on Facebook, YouTube, and also now TikTok, okay? If you're on TikTok, do me a favor. Tap that screen as hard as you can and get me loads of hearts because I'll tell you what, Kelain, earlier I had to do my own tapping. And trying to tap while talking to an artist isn't very good, okay? And it doesn't look good at the end of the show that is AJ has tapped his screen 1,000 times. So if you're on TikTok, tap that screen and send that love to Kelain because at the end of the day, this artist journey is his artist journey and his artist journey only, okay? We do support him here at One Life of Sensational Sounds, but these artists are the ones that we support because these artists are the ones that we want to get live and proud to you as fans to be able to see their latest releases, their latest singles, their latest albums, their latest festival tour, whatever they want to do, we're there to support them, okay? So if you weren't with me at 3 o'clock, there's just a few things to go over before we get on to Kelain's amazing music, which I have not stopped listening to until I took this young man on. Literally only been 2.5 weeks, and Kelain's literally been on my playlist every single day. And that's the God's honest truth. And I think my mum's playlist as well. I think my mum has adopted you. Is that okay?
Hey, the more listens, the better.
Well, she loves country music, but like as soon as there's a young boy who is like country music as well, she adopts them all. You know, she's only got like a 1-bedroom house, bless her. Well, she's got a 2-bedroom at the moment, but you know, I don't know where she stores all these country singers. You know, so she might be on your site quite a lot, but just let you know that's my mother. Okay. Anyway, everybody, let's get on to One Life. Let's get this show rolling, okay? So, in terms of One Life, how have we been doing over the weekend? Well, we have built up our radio shows to make sure that our independent artists, just like Kelain, is absolutely being played around the world, okay? So now we've got a list as long as your arm. We are in America, we are in France, we are in UK, we are now in South Africa. So I had a DJ from South Africa today asking about your music. So lots of places are ready to play your music. There is a lot of radio channels out there. Thank you so much to all the DJs for all your hard work and commitment that you give to these independent artists. Because without you, their music, it'd be hard to get it out and about. But they do a great job. So thank you to all the radio stations, and that is from us here at One Live for Sensational Sounds. The comments are flying in. Scott is basically wanting to adopt you.
There's a whole story behind that. Don't worry.
Now we'll get to that in a minute. Okay, I'll do my
bit,
and then we get to why he wants to adopt you. So
it's
anyway,
it's one of the songs that I wrote. So I'll explain that.
Right. Okay. There's an adoption song.
No, but
anyway, let's get back to radio. Let's get serious, okay? So anyway, in relation to One Life, if you had missed a 3 o'clock show, we are now live on TikTok, okay? Which means I can press this magic screen, lots of hearts and love will come on to me, and that means I don't have to do it myself. Come on, where are you, TikTokers, okay? I've been told that TikTok is the in place to be off my 16-year-old. It's Gen Z, apparently. If you're not on TikTok, you don't know social media. You're an old granddad if you're on Facebook, okay? So, the Gen Z lot are on TikTok. Now, One Life of Sensational Sounds, we're on TikTok, okay? So we need to find you all. Come and find us. Share, okay? And also get tapping on the screen like me because I got arm ache at 3 o'clock. So don't make me do it all the time, okay? Because it's hard to try and concentrate on the artist and also click the screen. I'm going to have a broken screen by the end of the night. Anyway, so that's TikTok. We have got that sorted out for you. And that means that the likes of Kelain will be live on TikTok playing for you as though he was busking in the street. How's that sound, mate?
Yeah, that's a good plan.
It is a good plan,
actually.
Definitely, yeah. So we've got live artists from all over the world are going to come and join us on our channel, and we are looking forward to letting you see some of these great artists that we've got, because they are from around the world. You will have access to about 5,000 people who will come on and be able to, demonstrate their talent to you. So, yeah, hopefully we can get as many people as we can around the world. And if you go back to the YouTube and Facebook videos, you can see some of the great artists who have been on the show, and hopefully we can encourage them to come over to TikTok Live, okay? Last bit and pieces that we've got to put out is our PR management. Just to let you know, our PR management, which Kelain is on, is getting very, very busy. We have probably only got about 3 places left. Okay, it's become very, very busy, and basically we want to get you on there. So if you want to get on to the PR management with us here at One Life of Sensational Sounds, please get your booking in quite quickly before they run out. And yeah, we'll have to put a stop on it just for now, okay, because we can only have a certain amount of artists at a time. Anyway, that is One Life with Sensational Sounds. We are coming over to you live from the UK, and we are going to be with you for the next 60 minutes, if that's okay with you, lot. Kelain's like... So, absolutely lots of love coming to you already, young man. You're a very loved man, okay? Kelain James has sent you some love.
Hey, how's it going, bro?
And also Scott. Scott's sending you lots of love and adopting you. Okay, so we're just going to remove his comment just for now, okay? Scott, we're not getting rid of you. Stay with us, all right, mate? Okay, and I'll put the adoption papers in the post to you. Right, so, mister, we've been together now for a couple of weeks, and we've got to know each other really well, okay?
Yes.
And I want your fans and your family to get to know the real you, okay? Behind the scenes, okay? So my guess, my followers at One Life don't know you that well. They're getting to know you, which is absolutely fantastic. So we are going to go through your bio, which you sent through, which was sent out. But there's going to be a few things that we're going to ask you which aren't particularly on the bio.
Absolutely.
So let's take you back to when you was a little boy, okay? Really, really young, okay? Toddler growing up. Okay, when you was in your bedroom and you looked up at those posters, because those posters are on all the boys' walls when they're young. Who was that girl on your bedroom wall? Was there a poster up?
It wasn't so much when I was a child. More.
Well, you never know. We might start young.
I actually can't remember her name now, but she was she was one of the hosts of, I think, Britain's Got Talent years ago. She's that Geordie girl. I think she's Geordie. But
Oh, Emma.
No.
Is it Emma? Not from Big Brother.
No, she was this singer, pop singer. Can't remember her bloody name. Cheryl.
Geordie.
Cheryl
Right, okay. Cheryl Cole. Oh, Cheryl Cole. Oh, right, okay. So the younger you had a bit of a crush on Cheryl Cole. Was you looking
Not
at
so
Britain's
much
Got Not so now. No, this is quite cute. I quite like Cheryl Cole. So growing up, like, was looking at Cheryl Cole's poster on Britain's Got Talent poster. Did you ever think, do you know what? When I grow up and I'm older, I want to be on BGT. Was that in your head at that point when you was young?
So no, when I didn't actually really get into music in itself until, well, playing music until I was about 15. I dabbled a little bit as a child, singing in choirs and all that sort of stuff. Little bit of playing around on piano, but I only really started really focusing on it when I was 15. My foster carers decided to buy me an electric guitar for my birthday, and then it's quite funny because my birthday's in September, and at Christmas they bought me an acoustic guitar because the electric was too loud.
I like that. It's like, you're not having anything loud in this house. Get back to the normal.
Yeah, which is great because I've never put it down. So yeah, it's massive thanks to them for what I'm becoming now.
You know, in terms of like playing the guitar, did you pick it up quite easily? Was it something that you could do like naturally? Because some people are really natural at playing instruments. You know, some people do it through listening to the music, hearing the music. Other people can read music, you know. So for you, which one did you find easier when you were younger?
Well, it's strange because again, with where I was in foster care, my foster sister was a musician. She played a lot of gigs around Cornwall, and I'd go to her gigs, and sometimes I'd like take my guitar and I'd just watch what she was doing and learn it that way. I learned a lot of the songs that she was playing to start with, like the standard like Wonderwall and all that sort of thing. But I think it came quite easy to me anyway. I remember the first 3 or 4 weeks I started playing, I'd learn. I mean, you can learn most pop songs with 4 chords, but yeah, it was a good time to learn. I definitely don't think I would be able to learn it if I started it now.
Right. Okay. So how about, you know, what got you into like playing instruments different to songwriting? What got you into songwriting?
So I've dabbled a little bit over the last 10 years. The first song I wrote was The Fire Burns On, and that's on the album. And I wrote that song for my mum, who passed away when I was a kid. And it was when her mum passed away, I think about 5-6 years ago now. And I wanted to play it at the wake. So I wrote it, and it was kind of an homage to my mum and her mum.
It's, you know, it's hard putting those sort of songs together, but I think sometimes when we write those songs, they become the best masterpieces, you know, because it comes deep from the heart, you know, because you're basically wanting to tell people how you feel, but also you're wanting to portray those feelings onto a piece of paper. You know, have you continued to write like that, or have you been sort of swayed to write in other ways?
Yeah, so the first album was basically it was a bit weird because I was like, I'm never going to release these songs. Like, nobody wants to hear these sorts of these songs, but then I got to a point last year where I was just like, you know what, I'm going to release them, and if people want to listen to them, they want to listen to them. If they don't, they don't. And I was quite surprised with how many people actually really did enjoy them. But it was kind of like, here's my trauma. You will listen to it. I think this next album is...
That's a bit aggressive, really. It's like, you know, I'm feeling really down at the moment. You know. James has got to come out of the house and just listen to my trauma right now. You're not leaving the house. My trauma's out.
It's like it was very therapeutic, really, just to write those songs and get my thoughts down, because obviously one of the main songs on the album is called For Us. It's the longest song on the album, and I wrote that for my daughter, who I'm not allowed to see till she's 18 because of mistakes I've made in my life through drugs and alcohol and all that sort of stuff. So yeah, all the songs on that album are very, and The Devil and I, that's about my alcoholism and issues with depression and suicidal attempts in the past. Yeah, so I don't think there's actually a song on there that's happy.
It's not one to go to bed with then, like wake up the next day and you just think, oh, no, if I've had a bad day, I'm just going to put Kelain's music on, So
yeah.
not wake up the next day.
Don't worry, this next album is going to be a little bit more upbeat. There's at least one song on there that's happy.
Out of the 10, Don't worry, everyone. You've heard it here first. By the time I finish with him for 6 months, he'll write at least 2 happy songs.
I've already written one.
You've already written one. Well, you've only got one more to write then.
Yeah.
I think you do write how you feel at the time, and music, has supported many people on that journey between alcohol and drugs and, depression and suicide. I've been speaking a lot to people this week about the importance of keeping yourself safe, keeping people safe in the music industry. We have employed somebody who works very closely with suicide prevention in the music industry and has provided us with an app that all of our artists can download, which gives you suicide prevention support and also support in the music industry around suicide prevention and depression and alcohol and drugs. It is a huge topic in the music industry, and it's always been that way. I don't think I can ever remember, I'm 49 this year. I don't think I could ever remember a year where I haven't heard something with a musician connected to drugs and alcohol. But what I am very impressed, and I was very impressed with you and very impressed with some of the singers I've recently picked up, is the fact that you're using music in a positive way. You're using it in a way to channel those emotions and that anger and those thoughts into something more positive, into the fact that you want to, get in a better place, be in a better position, and be in a place where, actually that music's going to drive you through and keep you stronger. And all your mates and your family and things like that are proud of you, because at the end of the day, you're writing those songs. Yes, they may feel a bit negative, but you're doing it and keeping on the level and keeping in a better place. And that makes you amazing and makes the rest of those musicians doing it in that way. And I think that's what's stronger about the musicians now. So, yeah, I think just a sort of safety warning for anyone affected by the show while we talk about some of these things. Please, please, please get in contact with all of our support groups. Your friends and family are there for you, and we're here at One Life, okay? And that includes all of our artists. They're there to pick up like an email or a text or anything like that. And we do speak about some difficult things. So, Kelain, I appreciate you being open and honest, and I appreciate you being open and honest in front of your friends and your family, because it is a difficult subject to talk about. But we're all really happy to see how strong you're keeping. And also how much, you've really shined, even since I've known you. I've only known you a few weeks, and I love your music journey. I love the fact that I'm on this train with you, and I'm seeing so many positive things. Exactly the same at the weekend where you were taking photos, with those group of people behind you. That's who we want to see. And I think your friends and family see it as well. But growing up, this is between UK and Florida. Now, we were talking about things that happened for you to have to come back to the UK. We won't mention it live on air, but where's the connection between sort of US and UK? Is that family?
Yes. Well, when I was a kid, my parents decided that we were going to move out there, and they took some of us out there because I've got 7 siblings, so quite a big family. They're all full brothers and sisters as well. So I think my parents were quite busy when they were. But I wonder
what music they were listening to.
Pink Floyd, Josh Groban. But yeah, they took us younger ones out there with them, and after a few years out there, unfortunately, my mum passed away, and we had to come back. I think I was between the age of 10 and 12 when I came back. But I've got two brothers who stayed over there. They got married and joined the National Guard out there as well. So growing up in Florida, I've always seen America as my home.
Yeah.
Every time I go back there, I just feel like a piece of me's back. And yeah, it's a strange feeling. I've never, even though I was born in England, I've never quite felt that feeling here. So one day I do hope that I can either find that feeling here or get out to where I belong. And it might not even be Florida. It might be Nashville or Tennessee, a southern state, definitely. But
well, it's all changing. It's all changing in Nashville. I had this with an artist last night. They were talking about going over to Nashville, and it's just pure country. There's no other music in like Nashville, and I was like, that's not what my artists are telling me. It's now becoming a state where it's like lots of different types of genre of music.
See, I don't think I'd like to live in Nashville itself. I'd love to work in Nashville, and I'd love to write music and produce music and all that sort of stuff, and play big shows there, like the Grand Ole Opry. That's a dream for me. That's how I know that I'll make it in the country music industry once I stand in that circle at the Grand Ole Opry. I
think that's
maybe 5 years down the road, 10 years down the road. Yeah, but I'd love to live in somewhere like Tennessee, like in the outskirts.
If I haven't had a penny for everyone saying that their dream is that Grand Ole Opry, what is it so special about that place? Why is it every country person's like dream to just stand in that amazing place and just play for everybody? What is it about it?
It's because all the greats have played there, Dolly Parton, and it's like you have to be invited. You can't. It's not one of those places where it's like I heard that Beyonce asked if she could be part of it, and they just turned around and said, "No, you don't. You don't ask. You get invited." Like, and you're not country.
So I'm only I know Beyonce's not going to listen to my show, but I'm only Beyonce. Let me through the door. They don't, and it takes a particular person to get through those doors. There's a lot of award shows around the Grand Ole Opry, but people just don't get to, step foot in there, and that is people's like dream to go in there. So what have you found the differences between like US and UK country music scene? You've seen both on like over in the States and since you've been back in the UK. What do you think what's the differences between the two?
I mean, I find it hilarious because I used to get bullied in school for wearing a cowboy hat and boots and all that sort of stuff and liking country music. But now all of the people who bullied me in school are going to hoedowns and like enjoying country music. So I'm like, hey, it's coming back. And I've what got me into country music was watching the film Walk the Line with my parents when I was a kid, the Johnny Cash biopic with Joaquin Phoenix, and listening to George Strait and the country radio whenever we went out in the car and all that sort of stuff. It's just like, I don't know what it is about country music. It just makes me feel at home. And it just, I mean, I like all sorts of music, but country music just feels more authentic to me as a person.
Fantastic. Right, okay, we are 25 minutes in and we still haven't heard your great music. So if you want to hear Kelain's great music, country music, get tapping on my TikTok screen. I want to see the hearts for this young man, because if I don't see no hearts, he's not getting no music on. No, I won't do that to him. That's cool.
Is anybody actually watching the TikTok?
Well, do you know what? James is the only one watching. I'll tell you what, it's like literally, James, if you're still in TikTok, can you do me a favor? Can you press that screen for me? Because there you go. Someone's doing it. Okay, so you have got people watching you, Kelain. Okay, so don't you worry. They are now tapping along, and they all want to listen to your great music. So as they're now tapping along, we're going to go into your YouTube. So let's have a look on your YouTube. TikTok. I would go to TikTok, but I can't because I'm using TikTok. and we're going to go into your videos. There's quite a few videos on it, young man. I was looking for it earlier.
Yeah, I've been trying to keep up with it more recently. There you go. I'm sending you some hearts.
Oh, thanks. Yeah, you can do that for me. Right, I'm going to choose The Devil and I because I absolutely love this song. Okay, so for your fans and your viewers and for me, tell me a bit about why this song was written and how it came about and where it was filmed. I'd like to know where it's filmed as well.
So The Devil and I, it's basically a song about my struggle with alcoholism and depression and anxiety and all that side of things. So it's more around like whenever I used to get drunk and be on drugs and all that sort of stuff, I used to believe that I was close to the devil and that we were like brothers and he'd be there for me, sort of thing. But yeah, it's one of those weird ones. You listen to the lyrics and yeah.
Just before we do your song, there's some people who are posting for you, and I think these are messages that you need to hear. Scott has come back on again and says, Kel wants me to adopt him. Sandy Humple says, hey, Kel Jam. We love you, Kel Jam, here in Florida. And James is basically saying he's proud of how far you've come. And that's absolutely lovely. And I wanted you to hear that before we play this song to everybody, because everybody is blooming proud of you, mate. All right. So The Devil and I, okay, enjoy, everyone. Tap on that screen and show some love for this young man.
Cigarette, good whiskey as I stumbled out that bar. I don't know where I'm going or even if I'll get too far. I lost my way some time ago and it really starts to show. God, I wish I made the choice to save my tortured soul. This highway with nothing but my clothes, smoking on a cigarette and wishing I was home. Nothing takes the pain away from being on my own. Someone come and save me before I end up in a hole, in a hole. Someone come and save me before I end up in a hole, in a hole. Someone come and save me. Feeling drunk and weary, I turned down a country road. I met the devil at the crossroads and he said, let me take that load. He handed me a bottle and I sat down by his side. 'Cause the devil and me are brothers and he'll help me pass the time, pass the time. 'Cause the devil and me are brothers and he'll help me pass the time, pass the time. 'Cause the devil and me are brothers. 'cause the devil and me are brothers.
Fantastic. What an amazing voice, young man.
Thank you so much.
Absolutely amazing voice.
That was recorded at a farm down in Manchester that they host the Buckle and Boots Festival at, by a company called Street Star Studios.
Okay.
Yeah, it was awesome. It was an awesome day.
So tell me, music videos, obviously, we've just opened up in the Jose's, Jose Awards, have opened up a new video channel on Fire, Amazon Fire, and also Roku. So like music videos are a real big thing for musicians,
Yeah.
How easy is it to put music videos together? Is it a natural thing for you, or do you find it quite hard?
No, it's so difficult because it's like if you want a decent music video like that, I actually invested money into that one. You've got to pay quite a lot of money because you've got to hire out people who know what they're doing. You've got to have decent equipment and all that sort of stuff. I hope one day I'll be able to do stuff like that myself because I love videography and all that sort of stuff. But I don't have the money to be paying for a lot of these cameras and learning how to use them.
I'm sure it's going to come. I think one of the hardest things for the music industry, especially being an independent artist, is the financial side of it. The cost of trying to put together packages to get your music heard. We talked obviously about that when you sign up for PR management. But, going into a studio, putting PR management out, doing video shoots, the money pit is endless being an independent artist, and obviously to help yourself, you've got things like merchandise when you go and do your singing. But it is difficult out there.
And not just that, your rent, your bills, your food, your travel.
Yeah, not the normal house. I'm just talking about the music side, the household side. Well, we're not going to talk about that. But you've got a lot of add-on costs, There's a lot of add-on costs that people really don't. Like, I was talking to someone at 3:00 about in the US about the cost of food in the UK compared to the US. Now, have you seen like a difference in like even guitar strings? Is it increasing?
Yeah. Oh, yeah. I mean, I used to pay when I first started. I used to pay like £10 for the most expensive guitar strings that I got. I'm now paying £20 a set.
Oh, jeez.
And it's like, I mean, they do last a while, but it's
still not cheap, especially when you're breaking them on stage and you're having to go through your spares and you ain't got none, So Scott's coming back on it. Scott's coming back on again. I was just listening to this on my Harley yesterday. Oh, Scott's just put in there that he's got a Harley, okay? He was listening. We were talking about money, and there's Scott, and he's going on about his Harley. Dude has truly 180-degree turn since I met him in Daytona, and it really shows. I am so proud of him. Beautiful, beautiful words.
You,
Loving
Scott.
the words that come in, like supporting you. Absolutely brilliant. So, have you had a Harley? Is it just like something he does?
I haven't had the pleasure of owning a Harley yet, but I have had motorcycles myself. I've just passed my full license.
Oh, fantastic!
So but it's like $4,000 for my insurance for a year. So I'm like, it's nuts. I've just been looking for a part-time job and nobody would take me on because I don't have weekend availability because I'm a musician.
Because you're a musician. There you go, everybody. That's another thing us musicians has to go through. We don't have weekend availability because we're a musician and no one will take you on. Well, I'm sure there's jobs out there. Absolutely sure. I've got one for you. You can take over the TikTok. There you go. They got a TikTok job. Just to let people know, there was a violation that just popped up. We were talking about this, weren't we? In relation to when the song was played. I think it was purely because the lyrics connected to the reasons behind. Now, do you know what? That shows me how powerful music really is. The connection between the lyrics and what people can hear, what they perceive. Now, I've had several supporters who have come from A&E units, and sort of drug and alcohol units who have told me that certain lyrics have saved their lives, certain lyrics has prevented them from being in the position that they're in. I hope, TikTok, I apologize for any violations, but, I'm hoping they also take it on board. Actually, their channel is also helping other people, those are looking at tonight's lyrics and listening to tonight's lyrics and taking it on board. And also hearing Scott's sort of memories of his friend who basically has turned 180 degrees around in his life, and he's doing amazingly well. So that's what I want to take from tonight's show. I want people to listen to my show tonight, and I want you to basically not be listening to the fact that these lyrics may be hard for you. I want them to be hard for you because I want them to, actually make you stop and think the way it has, Kelain. It really has, and he's doing so well, and we're all so blooming proud of him. So, mister, when I met you, we were talking about sort of biggest dreams, and we were talking about, going out into the Grand Old Opry. Is there been sort of over the past couple of years, because we talk about breakthrough moments and we would talk about moments where you feel pretty special. You could say this weekend was one of them, but, through your career so far, what are the special moments for you? What has been really good for you?
There's a lot of them. I think the most breakthrough moment actually leads on to the next song. Hey, it's my foster carers, David Murray. So I think the turning point was September a year ago today. Well, not a year ago today, but 26th of September last year. I was out in Florida on holiday for my birthday, because my birthday is 27th of September, and Hurricane Helene hit where I was staying, and it was devastating. I was staying with Scott at the time, and we woke up the next day to everything going on, and we ended up going down the beaches of Madeira Beach and St. Pete area, just helping people out for 12 hours a day. We'd be out at 8 o'clock in the morning, go for Dunkin' Donuts. No, not Dunkin' Donuts. It was Waffle House. We go down to Waffle House and have
breakfast of an artist. Hey, come on, look, listen. These artists are meant to be fit and strong. You're literally down Dunkin' Donuts at 8 o'clock in the morning.
No, it wasn't Dunkin' Donuts. It was Waffle House, which isn't much better.
Waffle House.
But, we'd meet there for a coffee and a breakfast, and then we'd head out down to the beaches to help out who we could. And I wrote a song about that called "Riding Out a Hurricane," and I think that was the turning point in my life, really, because I was drinking at the time, but when I got back, I actually gave up drinking for 10 months because I had a bit of a health scare in the hospital and all that, and almost died. But I managed 10 months. I kind of fell off the wagon a couple of weeks ago again, but I'm back on the wagon again now. So it's a tricky thing, alcohol. It's horrible, and at the end of the day, it's one of those things that it can go up and down by emotion and up and down by your career. You've got a lot of friends and family. Dave's come on, Jonathan's come on, Sandy's come on. They're all behind you, young man. They really are. And they don't want to see you, fall off. They want to see you keep on that wagon and singing in the Grand Old Opry. This is my promise to every family member. I'm not giving up on this young man. I'm taking him to the Grand Old Opry because he promised me that he's taking me to BGT. So, I think that's a fair deal. If he takes you to BGT, I'll take him to the Grand Old Opry. We want to work hard for our artists, and do you know what? There wouldn't pay me any more to actually see this young man succeed in his dreams. He is absolutely very, very talented, and to keep on that wagon, to keep going, I want to see pictures like I did at the weekend with those, I could see there was loads of people there at the weekend. Tell everyone about your weekend, because I think that was a very special moment for you, and those memories that you need to keep. So end of last year, I was working security in a bar in Sheffield, and a tribute band called the Chris Dempton Experience were playing one night. And I just tried my luck. I was like, here's my number. I'm a country musician. If you ever need a support artist, let me know. And they're like, yeah, we'll get in touch. And I was like, all right, I'm never going to hear from them again. And then literally a couple of months ago, I got a phone call from one of them asking me if I wanted to support them in Manchester at the Manchester Academy. So I did, and that was phenomenal. But this weekend, they asked me to come again to support them in Liverpool at a place called Hangar 34. And the venue's just amazing, and the sound system was incredible, and it's what I love my roots. I love where I've come from with pub gigs and playing covers for people and all that sort of stuff. But it's getting to the point now where I need to push myself forward and try and come away from that a little bit more, because it's like, it doesn't feel authentic to me anymore to continue to just do pub gigs with playing other people's songs, and playing those.
And you're a very talented writer. You know, for the songs that I've listened to and the songs that you've put together, you are very talented. Now, you know, I've looked through your catalogue on YouTube, Mr. Brightside. You know, there's some great classic covers on there, which everybody's really enjoying and dancing to, and making that trip into becoming an independent artist, writing for yourself, leaving the cover stories behind. You know, we've done it. The ones who really wanted to pursue their dream, you know, have done it. You know, I was a wedding singer, and at the end of the day, cover songs were like a jukebox. But actually, I wanted to write my own music. I wanted people to listen to what I've got to write, my story, and be able to get to the places I never dreamed of giving, you know. But those places are reachable. It's just trying to collaborate and trying to find those places and have those dreams like the Grand Ole Opry. Yeah. So, you know, in terms of your music, and this is how powerful your lyrics are, you know, and please take this in. Scott's saying, look, I woke up on my couch at 2 a.m. crying. When I woke up, I heard Riding Out the Hurricane. It blew my mind. It wasn't expecting for him to write a song that quickly. It was crazy.
Yeah, so I actually wrote that song on Scott's living room couch. No, it was at his kitchen dining table. I recorded the video of me playing on his couch. But yeah, I was just sat at his dining table, and I think I wrote that song in about 20 minutes. It just fell out. But yeah, that's on YouTube as well. There's two versions of it. There's a music video version on YouTube, which is just solo acoustic, me playing, that I recorded myself on my phone, and it was a video. The video is all of us going out down St. Pete and Madeira Beach helping out people, and that was just videos from my phone that I put together. But there's also the full version on Spotify and everywhere else that's got the band and all that sort of stuff behind it.
Well, I'm sitting here tapping on my phone because I want you lot to tap out there, because I am actually going to play that video for everybody. We're going to find it on YouTube and play this as a special to all of your friends and your family who are part of this journey with you. So let's quickly find it. And let's see if we can find it on your YouTube as quick as you can say. Hopefully we can. So do you know roughly whereabouts it is?
Yeah, so it was a couple over. It's
Riding Out the Hurricane, yeah?
Yeah. Yeah, and it's the music video one. Perfect.
All right, I'm going to play Riding Out the Hurricane. Enjoy, everybody. And while I'm doing this, can all of the friends and the family and the supporters, please can you make sure that you keep tapping, okay?
Like, share, and comment.
Like, share, and comment. That's it.
Oh, and subscribe.
And subscribe, yeah, of course.
The storm surge is rising, people are dying. Where the hell are we supposed to go? The winds are howling, thunder and lightning. Please, God, spare our souls. Riding through the county, everywhere around me, people have lost their homes. Mothers and fathers, sisters and brothers, how the horrors unfold.
We're riding out a hurricane. We're riding out a hurricane. Oh, yeah. Gotta stick together and help out each other every which way you can. Always remember, never surrender. We will meet again. We're riding out a hurricane. We're riding out a hurricane. Oh, yeah. Let's ride out this hurricane. We're riding out a hurricane. Oh, yeah. Riding out a hurricane. Riding out a hurricane.
Beautiful pictures of friends and family there.
Most of those people I'd met literally when I was out there. I'd never met them before in my life. The only person I really knew was Scott. But yeah, every single one of them now are lifelong friends. So.
Scott's just saying it raised a lot of money here. Was it on a fundraising event?
Yeah, so we went round and we raised about 10 grand to help support everyone. We were just giving out free supplies to people, totes, which are big plastic boxes to help people put all their belongings in. Well, what they could find. But yeah,
I bet that's something you don't miss. You know, I've spoken to my sister quite a lot about sort of the hurricanes over there and sort of like having to hide in the bath or hide underneath the house. You know, it's quite a scare. Did you go through any?
Yes. So when I was a kid, I went through Hurricane Charlie and Katrina.
Wow.
I remember when it was on one of them was on my birthday. I think it was Charlie. It's kind of one of my fond memories, really. I was in the cupboard under the stairs, eating a tub of cheese balls by myself.
It's like, take the essentials. And you've gone straight for the cheese balls.
Well, no, because
I think I would. I'd do that. I'd be like, I don't want money, don't want clothes. Just give me the cheese balls.
They were already under the stairs because that was the pantry. So, but no, I've not got a lot of fond memories as a child, but yeah, that was one of them. But yeah, I don't miss hurricanes, but what I do love about Florida particularly is people they're just nuts in the best way. Like they hear that a hurricane's coming and they all just get together and support each other, and like they'll have hurricane parties and all these sorts of stuff. But then when it does hit the fan, like I didn't see a single person not helping. It doesn't matter. It didn't matter what political views they had. It didn't matter what they agreed with, what they didn't agree with. They were just out there helping each other out. And it's the most beautiful thing I've ever seen. And yeah,
do you know what I've seen. I totally agree with you on that one. You know, when I done the wildfires last year, and worked with America last year, with CNN, Fox News, and the wildfires. You know, it was the support and the love from each other, even though it was a horrible natural disaster. But everybody was supporting each other. Everybody helped each other, and everybody done what they could. You know, and I felt so a part of everybody in terms of the music industry. You know, saving so many lives, providing so much money, support, love, care. You know, that's what I do like. You know, it's one of the things. you know, if people say to me, what do I love about the US the most? I think it is that loving, care and supportive attitude, you know, for each other.
Absolutely.
You know, putting
Absolutely.
politics to one side, you know, you can always, for me, I think I've met many American people, and the love and the support and the help, you know, for each other is absolutely amazing, second to none. You know, it really is, and I can see why people are so supported there. So we're talking about the support at the moment, because we are literally 50 minutes in. It's been a very, very busy program. There's been some very strong topics this evening, but I'm glad, because at the end of the day, those topics needed to be talked about in the music industry, and I'm glad in the way that they've been portrayed tonight in a very positive. We've got a very, very strong man here who has basically shown to turn his life around with his friends and his family and put his music to get him to the Grand Ole Opry, and that's what we're going to achieve to do here at One Life with Sensational Sounds. So we're talking about charity, and we're talking about these amazing two brothers who have just got as much heart and as much soul and as much strength as what our guest is today. The FTD Brothers, two young brothers who unfortunately were diagnosed with onset dementia, frontal lobe dementia, and a condition where the gene has got to a point where, you know, it's going to be a very difficult time for them growing up. But these two brothers showed that they are extremely strong after they lost their mum and their auntie to this condition. And even knowing that they know that they've got this condition, they literally are going on national TV, also going, you know, to lots of charities to sort of promote finding a cure for their condition, and also ways in which other people can be helped. So I've got literally a 5-minute clip out of 10 that I'd like to show everybody tonight. Please, please, please finish this video off when you come offline tonight, okay? And I'd like you to watch it. In relation to donation, it's exactly the same for all of us here at One Life of Sensational Sounds. It's entirely up to you. It goes directly to the charity. We do not supply any options to come to us. You have to go to the charity directly. But what we say here at One Life is that's your decision if you want to donate. But just as much, please share this information around. People need to see it. And I think this is what's been really interesting about tonight's videos and people's reactions to it. I think people need to see where that love and support is, and how you can be supported by your family and friends. And I think that's really important, you know. So let's watch this video together, and then we get towards the end and we will have our amazing little quiz. I hope you've all got your quiz hats on.
Years old, when he was told he had inherited a rare faulty gene, which means he will develop dementia in his early 40s.
He's already tragically lost his mum, aunts, cousins to the disease. Jordan firmly believes we are at the beginning of the end, though, for dementia, and he is going to dedicate the rest of his life to help find a cure. Joins us now. Very good morning to you.
Morning.
Jordan, you're 28 now, so you found out 5 years ago that you had this gene, but it has already wreaked devastation in your family, hasn't it? Did you want to find out for a particular purpose? Because there might be some people who might think, wouldn't want to know.
Sure, yeah. I mean, this goes back to 2010 when my mum was diagnosed with frontotemporal dementia in June of 2010. And my dad had to obviously pull myself, my two siblings, my older sister and my younger brother into the front room, basically tell us that my mum had a rare type of frontotemporal dementia and that she had 6 to 10 years to live. And from there, through my teenage years, my brother being 9 years old, I was 15, and my older sister was only 17. So through that 6-year period when mum lived with dementia, we had to watch her deteriorate and also care for her. So having obviously watched my mum deteriorate and live with the dementia, initially after my mum's passing and dealing with the grief of my mum's passing, it's not something that I particularly wanted to kind of face up to myself in terms of learning if I was a carrier of the gene myself. However, my older sister, being the shining light that she is, she kind of led the way in wanting to know, and she went through a process of genetic testing in the early parts of 2018. And she found out that she had the all clear, so she's got the same chance as anybody is developing a case of dementia.
Meet the Ninja Crispy, the power of a full-size air fryer in a portable cooking system, so you can cook big or small batches. Just prep it, crisp it, serve it, and store it all in one.
Does
Alzheimer's.
not have the 40 gene.
That's correct. So she inherited the normal copy of the gene from my dad's side of the family. I, after that, seeing my sister go through that process, got the inspiration to find out myself. And in September of that same year, I found out that I was a carrier of the gene. So I inherited the 40 copy of the MAPT gene, which causes frontotemporal dementia. Obviously, I'm 28 years of age now, but I'm likely to develop symptoms in my early 40s. So my brother then found out earlier this year at the same age as I did at 23, that he's also a carrier of the gene. So he found out in February of last year, sorry.
Jordan, how do you process a moment like that? Because I'd imagine your sister getting the all clear gave you a lot of hope that, well, look, if she's got the all clear, there's every chance that I will as well.
Yeah, it's a strange one because obviously I mentioned that I didn't want to know for a long period of time after losing our mum. So I think it got to a point where I kind of couldn't get on with my own life because I was thinking of the kind of the cloud of uncertainty that was hanging over me, whether I had it or not. I had sleepless nights, and I just decided one day that after seeing my sister go through the process that I wanted to know. So having that uncertainty is actually quite an overwhelming feeling of relief, which a lot of people are actually quite surprised at. But it's given me the power to be able to make decisions for the future, for me to be able to, stop this from going any further. I'm not going to pass this on to my children, and ultimately, myself and my brother now are going to live a life of raising as much awareness and funds, hopefully, for research through Alzheimer's Research UK.
Fantastic. Two very, very strong young men. Like, we've got a very, very strong musician on our program tonight. Please, please, please watch that video at the end of the show. Continue it. There's another about 7 minutes, and it's also worth following them on Facebook. They have got a Facebook page, and for all of you runners out there who have got energy, not me. I'm not running anywhere, not with my arthritis. All you runners out there, they are doing an appeal for September about doing a marathon. The only marathon I'm going to do is to the local chippy, which is at the end of the road. But boys, good luck with that. For the rest of September, good luck with that. So we have literally got about 5-6 minutes to go over what the rest of the year is going to look like. Where are your friends, your fans, your family going to be finding you over the next 6 months?
So this weekend and up until January, I'm pretty much fully booked for weekends anyway. Just doing the normal stuff that I've been doing, the pub gigs, the covers, and all that sort of stuff that I had booked in. I've got another podcast that I'm on tomorrow night with the Rich Myers show in America from 8 p.m. I'll be sharing a link to that. On Sunday, I'm on the Pink Cloud 9 podcast at 7 p.m. So things are coming in.
They're coming fast. They really are.
But my plan for the next 12 for 2026 really is to really focus on getting the bigger gigs, so that you guys can come out and hear my music that I'm writing for you and for me. And I want to get out to as many bigger venues, festivals, as possible as well. Potentially, I know this is a big ask because it's only next year, but I'd love to get out to Nashville, even if it's a little tiny support tour for someone. It would be amazing. But I know how visas can be and all that sort of stuff as well, so got to figure all that out as well. But yeah, I just want to say as well that the whole reason that I want to do all of this is to show that it is possible. I'm a normal guy. I'm living in a shared house on very little money at the moment. Sometimes struggling to pay my rent. So in 5 years' time, I hope to say that I'm a lot better off than I am now, and I'm in a much better position to support others like myself now. And and I just want to inspire those around me who think that they're not good enough, who think that they're not worthy of following their dreams. You are, and you can do it no matter what gets in your way.
Brilliant.
Yeah.
It's a lovely way to say it. And do you know what? We will be working with you to get you to where you want to be, okay? We have got the promoters over there in Nashville who are already jumping on board and wanting to sign you up, young man. You are making sure that you are going back to the US, okay? And there's lots of people want to work with you already. So I can only see big things for you. And with your friends and family behind you, I tell you what, I think you've got a pretty strong army. So those who want to see you succeed are going to make sure you succeed. And even TikTok's literally on your side. I've got a message from TikTok. It looks as though the community guidelines is basically, disappeared for now. So even TikTok's on your side, all right?
Hey.
So, yeah, we will be working. Everybody's going to be working hard. There's so many avenues that we can go. And one thing I don't think artists do well enough is blow their own trumpet. So I'm going to share with you before I go. I normally say thank you to everyone for joining us, and we normally go into the quiz. We will do the quiz in a minute. But when I met this young boy, he was telling me about all his hopes and his dreams, which he shared with everybody tonight. However, those things that he hasn't shared, I'm going to share with you straight away. He basically has told me that those BGT auditions have gone in and he's been selected. So, you know, there's exciting. We spoke about that on the show with BGT. So Britain's Got Talent. There is with the American Country Awards that you're going to as well, festival. You know, so not the UK ones that you're going over to, not the American ones, the UK ones.
Yeah, still trying to figure them out at the moment. With the Britain's Got Talent thing, with Britain's Got Talent, I've applied for an audition. I got an email back saying that I've got an audition, but they'll get back to me towards the end of the year with when that will be, and where it will be. So that will definitely be happening. Obviously, the way Britain's Got Talent works is you got to get through three pre-auditions with the producers before you get onto the TV. So I will be getting onto the TV. I've just got to. I'm
not leaving Simon Cowell alone as your manager. I will not be leaving Simon Cowell alone until he's picked you. I will be basically one of those things with a big banner. Okay, so if there's an army for friends and family, if you want to come with me, you've all got to come with me, and we've all got to have our banners. Okay, this young man is getting on the TV if it kills me. Well, because in 2015, I was not chosen, and I want to be on that telly in front of Simon Cowell. Anyway, there's big things coming, and at the end of the day, lots of radio, lots of podcasts, and lots of things for your family to join in. Right, last thing to do this evening is let's get this competition going, and let's get the quiz. What have we got on the quiz wheel today? I need to change this quiz wheel because I seem to be doing the same ones every single time. Right, okay, let's do it. Let's see if we can get a good section tonight. What's it going to be? TV.
TV.
Okay. Do we watch much telly?
I don't.
We don't. It's a good category for you then, you know. Yes. A good category. Okay,
I watch a bit of Netflix and Disney Plus, but
you're a Netflix person, are you?
Just whatever's on Amazon Prime, Netflix, Disney Plus. If I've got a spare bit of time at home, I just stick whatever's on. Watching the Alien at the moment.
Scott has just said that he will fly out. Keep me posted.
You keep saying this.
Is he one of these people who says, yeah, I'll do it, and then he don't?
Nah, to be fair, he's really, really good guy, Scott. Don't have a bad thing to say about him, to be honest.
Fantastic. There you go, Scott. You've heard it here live tonight. He believes that you're going to come and fly out, okay? Okay, TV trivia questions. Okay, what have we got on here? The big classic TV quiz. Guess the TV themes. Oh, the big classic TV quiz too. What, this one?
I know,
but Yeah, I know, but I'm trying to like get away with the copyrighted on here.
Oh
And
yeah,
I'm really
yeah, good
worried
point.
about it now, So I don't want to be like kicked off TikTok already, It's only my first day and all that. TV trivia questions. Yeah.
Go on, go with
Okay.
that one. Go with that one.
What, that one?
Yeah, the trivia questions.
The trivia questions. Classic TV quiz. Can you guess the TV theme song? Oh, no, we'll go with the classic. We've got to be with classic. I'm going to hope it'll be all right.
I can't hear you.
Right, okay, so we have now got it up. Okay,
There
so
we
you remember what the rules of the game are. Please, please, please try and get a higher score than us two. Okay, it's not that hard. And if you get a higher score than us two, you're safe. If not, you've got to give it double what we give into charity, okay? And that's either time or finance. Okay, Mark, hang on a second. Mark has just said, I got
Hey,
to
brother.
board my next flight to Phoenix now from Charlotte.
Yeah, he's obviously watching from the airport.
Brilliant. Okay, right. Joining in with a quizzy quiz, everybody. Let's see how well we do.
For round 3, we're going to go around the UK. Now, this is a mix and matched round. For each question, you will be given a TV series.
My God, seriously, you chose the one with the most boringest voice.
And I was about to say, all of a lot of my fans on here who are commenting on that are in America,
And then
so I know
4
nothing about it.
locations.
You've done well for yourself.
For each question, I need you to tell me which one of the 4 locations each particular program is set.
So all of the American people are now saying, well, we've got 0 out of 10 because we ain't got a clue about the UK places where they're set. So I'll tell you what, let's do a team effort tonight, okay? I feel generous, okay? Either put it in the comments, okay, or us two will work with you. We'll work as a team, okay? There'll be no like us versus you. It will be as a team, and we'll see if we can get the answers, okay?
The 3 incorrect locations will then roll over to the next question, where they will be joined by a brand new location. Hope that makes sense. Good luck.
Wake
So
up,
for
Adrian.
question 1, Faulty Towers, was that set in Liverpool?
Oh, Faulty Towers. Where was it set? Was it set in Liverpool, Torquay, Cambridge, or Bristol?
Basil Faulty? I think that was Cambridge, but I'm not sure.
Well, I beg to disagree with that one because I know for the very fact that being from the southwest, which I'm not, I'm literally from Cambridge. I'm from Cambridge. I'm from Ely, actually. I only moved up here for 4 years ago, but I do know that they're having the centenary year this year in Torquay because it was filmed in a hotel in Torquay.
Oh, nice.
So I'm going to go Torquay.
Torquay, Cambridge, or Bristol?
It's Torquay. It is, honest.
It was, of course, set in Torquay.
Yay!
But for the next one, Torquay is now replaced by Oxford, and we have the boys from the Black Stuff. Was that Liverpool, Oxford, Cambridge, or Bristol?
No idea what that even is.
Do you know I got a clue, boys from Blackstuff? If anyone in the comments could help us out, that'd be really, really helpful. If you could help us on TikTok, because I'm looking at the TikTok screen now. So if you are on TikTok, and I'm going to keep pressing this until somebody wakes up, can you give us an answer to that one? Because the boys from the Blackstuff have not got a clue, and all the US R's are saying, all the US family are looking at me and say, you're going to go Liverpool, are you?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm going to go Liverpool as well. Let's see if it's Liverpool.
Liverpool.
Hey!
Hey!
Shoestring. Glasgow is a new location, and we have Oxford, Cambridge, Bristol.
Again,
That's that was literally a guess. I don't think you do that. So shoestring, Glasgow, Oxford, Cambridge, or Bristol. How's your luck?
Cambridge. I have no
Cambridge.
idea.
Shoestring was set in
It was Bristol, of course.
Down in Bristol.
Porterhouse Blue, Glasgow,
Again.
Oxford, Cambridge, or Slough.
How is
Okay,
the only one that
Porterhouse
I've
Blue.
heard of? Faulty Towers.
Well, yeah. So I ain't got a clue of any others. Porterhouse Blue. I'm gonna go Slough.
Yeah, I was thinking
It's not a
Slough.
Glasgow name, is it?
I'm going to go Cambridge, actually, because that hasn't been
You're gonna go
picked yet.
Cambridge. All right then. Come on, guess. You're not helping us
Portsmouth
out.
Blue
Just take
was
a guess like we are.
Cambridge.
Hey.
Number 5, Rab C. Nesbitt, Glasgow,
Ah.
Oxford, Cardiff, or Slough.
Now I remember this, and I know this one. Okay, I'm just seeing if you knew this one, or a bit too young.
No.
What do you reckon?
I'd say Glasgow.
Yeah, Rapsy Nesbitt is a Glasgow. Yeah, sorry about the Scottish accent. Anyone from Scotland watching on TikTok tonight or YouTube or Facebook, yeah, I think it is Glasgow.
Most of you will have probably got that one. It's Glasgow. Number 6,
Oh,
The
The
Office.
Office.
The
That
Ricky
was-
Gervais version. Was that Bolton, Oxford,
Oh,
Cardiff, or Slough?
that was Slough, wasn't it?
The Ricky Gervais one. I actually quite
Yeah.
like The Office. It was quite a good program, actually. Really enjoyed it.
I quite like Ricky Gervais. It's just
It was set in
It was Slough. Well done.
Number 7, Phoenix Nights. Where was that located? Bolton, Oxford, Cardiff, or Manchester?
Phoenix Nights. Can you remember that one?
nope, never even heard of it.
That was a comedian, wasn't
Oh,
it?
it's
With Phoenix
it's
Nights.
70s, 80s, and 90s.
Yeah, I know, but I can't remember what the bloke is. It Peter Kay? Was Peter Kay Phoenix Nights, or am I completely thinking about another one?
No idea.
No
Never
idea.
even heard of it.
Right, I'm gonna go Manchester. This seems like a Manchester thing. Phoenix Nights. What do you reckon? Am I right?
I'm gonna go Manchester.
Phoenix
as well.
Nights
It's
was
Bolton.
set in Bolton.
It was
Bolton was now
North.
replaced by Belfast for Inspector
Oh,
Morse.
Inspector Morse.
Belfast, Oxford, Cardiff, or Manchester.
That was.
Detective programs. You like detective
That
programs?
was Belfast. I think that was Belfast.
Was it Belfast? Was it? Inspector
I think
Morse.
so. Either that or
Morse
Manchester.
was set in
Oxford.
That was Oxford.
Number 9, The Royal Family. Was that set in Belfast, Edinburgh, Cardiff, or Manchester?
Hang on a minute. The royal family live in London. So why would they literally be any of these other places, especially Cardiff and Belfast and Edinburgh?
I'm going to
It's the
go
royal
Cardiff,
family
just
in London.
in the valley.
That's
royal
literally
family in
taking
the
me
valley.
away now. Yeah, the royal family in the valley. I'm the only royal in the valley. Are you going Wales then?
I'm the only royal in the village.
I'm the only royal in the village, and I come from Cardiff,
It's
Let's
of course
see what it is.
Manchester.
Is it Manchester?
And we finished with a tough one.
Hang on a minute. This is made up. There is no way the royal family was like in Manchester. I'm sorry. It's not Manchester. They've look, they've got the categories wrong because London is down the bottom now, so it should have been London.
Yeah.
I've got a clue what Harry's game is. Any clue?
The only Harry I know is Harry Potter.
Yeah, that's right. I was just about to say. Oh dear. So Harry's game was done in London, I reckon, because we're going to go for the London train station.
I'm going to say
We both
Belfast
got
Harry's
because
game
Harry.
was that Belfast, Edinburgh,
I
Cardiff,
can only think Harry Potter
or
between the
London.
two of us.
Harry's game
That was
was
Belfast.
set in
It was
Belfast.
Belfast.
Right, okay, everybody, it is time to leave the quiz and sort out our scores. There has been some people joining in. Oh, okay, let me see. Oh, we've got quite a few
Hey.
people joining in. Hey, let's have a look, see how you lot done. Jeremy said about the one from the hotel from Basil Fawlty, he was in Torquay, so he agreed with me.
Yeah.
Next one, Mark said it was Liverpool. And then we've got Liverpool. Made it just in time, Nathan said. Nathan, that's not even a place. Mark said Bristol for the next one. We've got Glasgow for the next one. Haha, I got the shoestring one. I gather that was the one in Bristol, wasn't it?
Who was that?
That was Nathan.
Oh,
He got the shoestring one, right? Jeremy James got Cambridge. Mark got winner chicken dinner. Again, not a place name, but obviously he was quite happy with the fact that he got more questions and answers than we did. Peter K, Jeremy said, so yes, Peter K. Jeremy said Oxford. Jeremy was someone to have on your quiz team, I tell you. And Dave.
he's my brother.
Yeah, I'll tell you what, if you need a quiz like people, your family behind you.
Yeah, Dave and Jeremy would make a really good quiz team.
And Mark, I'm not even repeating what you've just said live on air, but I'm going to let Kelain go and find that last comment at the end of the day, okay? I'm not putting that live on air, but great comment. Okay, everybody, it is
Kelain.
time. Kelain, well, do you know what? I've been working for you, young man. I've been working since 7:30 this morning. I think I've got a right to get it wrong. You know, it is now like nearly 8:30
To
at
be
night.
fair,
Anyway, to be fair.
I was tempted at the beginning of this to tick down every time you got it right and wrong, and it's been quite equal.
No, I've been doing quite well. I'm quite proud of myself. I tell you what, it's now 8:15, and I'm going to give myself a tap on the back. But I'm also going to give this young man a massive, great big round of applause. He has done absolutely fantastically well, and you will see him in the Grand Ole Opry. If it kills us, we're going to get him there, okay? If not, we'll just get him to Nashville in Tennessee. We'll just leave him there with like a bargain bucket or something. Anyway, it's time to go, everyone. We will see you very, very soon. Please, please, please have a great week, a great weekend, and we'll see you back on One Life for Sensational Sounds next week, okay? And have a good one. See you soon. Take good care. Bye-bye.
Thank you so much, everybody. I'll see you again soon. Thank you for the support.